Have you ever wondered where Filipinos might face the most challenges abroad? In today's video, we're uncovering the harsh realities in 10 countries where Filipinos often encounter hostility and discrimination. From severe cultural restrictions to exploitative labor systems, these countries pose significant hurdles for our kababayans. Stay tuned as we dive into the experiences of Filipinos in these nations and reveal the hidden struggles they endure daily. By the end of this video, you might be surprised by some of the places on this list and the reasons behind their unfriendly attitudes. Country 1. Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, Filipinos often face significant cultural restrictions and social barriers. Despite the presence of a large Filipino community, the conservative Islamic laws and practices in the kingdom impose challenges on everyday life, particularly in areas such as religious practices, gender segregation, and freedom of expression. These cultural differences can make it difficult for Filipinos to integrate fully into Saudi society. Moreover, the kafala system, which ties workers to their employers, can lead to exploitation and abuse. Many Filipino workers find themselves in precarious situations where they cannot leave abusive employers without risking their residency status. This system, combined with strict labor laws, creates a tense and sometimes hostile environment for Filipinos, making it essential for them to be well-informed and cautious about their rights and safety. Country 2. South Korea. South Korea, known for its vibrant pop culture and technological advancements, also has a less favorable side regarding its treatment of foreigners, including Filipinos. Language barriers and cultural differences can lead to discrimination in the workplace and social settings. Despite governmental efforts to promote multiculturalism, Filipinos often face marginalization and struggle to integrate into Korean society. The subtle manifestations of racism and xenophobia can make everyday interactions challenging. Many Filipinos report experiencing prejudice due to their appearance and cultural background. These issues, coupled with a high pressure to conform to Korean norms, create a difficult living environment, making long-term residency particularly challenging for Filipinos in South Korea. Country 3. Japan. Japan, while heavily reliant on foreign labor, does not always extend its famed politeness to its treatment of Filipinos. Filipinos working in sectors like caregiving and construction often face harsh working conditions and social isolation. The language barrier and cultural differences frequently lead to misunderstandings and prejudice, further complicating their lives. Japan's stringent immigration policies and societal pressure to conform to Japanese norms add to the hostility that Filipinos may feel. Despite the opportunities for employment, many Filipinos find it difficult to achieve social acceptance, leading to a sense of alienation and difficulty in forming a stable, supportive community in Japan. Country 4. Israel. In Israel, the complex socio-political landscape presents unique challenges for Filipinos, many of whom work as caregivers. Living in the homes of their employers can result in a lack of privacy and personal freedom. This setup can also lead to situations of exploitation and abuse, where workers have limited recourse due to their dependent status. The ongoing regional conflict and security concerns add another layer of stress to the lives of Filipinos in Israel. Additionally, language barriers and cultural differences can make integration difficult, leading to feelings of isolation and occasional hostility from parts of the local population. These factors make the living and working conditions in Israel particularly challenging for Filipinos. Country 5. Kuwait. Kuwait, a popular destination for Filipino workers in domestic and construction roles, presents significant challenges. The kafala system, which binds workers to their employers, often results in exploitation and abuse, with workers unable to leave unfavorable conditions without jeopardizing their legal status. This system creates a power imbalance that leaves many Filipinos vulnerable. Cultural differences and strict legal norms further complicate the lives of Filipinos in Kuwait. The lack of understanding and acceptance from the local population can lead to social isolation and a hostile living environment. These issues highlight the need for greater protection and support for Filipino workers in Kuwait. Country 6. Malaysia. Despite some cultural similarities, Filipinos in Malaysia often face significant discrimination, especially in employment. Those in lower-paying jobs frequently encounter prejudices and unfair treatment. Language barriers and cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings and social exclusion, both in the workplace and in daily interactions. Navigating Malaysia's legal and social systems can also be daunting for Filipinos. Adding to the sense of isolation and hostility, the combination of these factors makes it challenging for Filipinos to feel fully integrated and accepted in Malaysian society, despite the proximity and shared aspects of culture. Country 7. Singapore. Singapore, known for its strict laws and high standard of living, can be an unwelcoming place where Filipinos, particularly those working in low-wage jobs, discrimination and exploitation are not uncommon, and the societal pressure to conform to Singaporean norms can be overwhelming. The fast-paced lifestyle and high cost of living further contribute to the stress and difficulty of integrating into society. For many Filipinos, the challenges in Singapore go beyond economic opportunities, as the struggle to find social acceptance and a sense of belonging remains significant. These factors create an environment where Filipinos often feel insecure and unappreciated, making it hard to thrive in this bustling city-state. Country 8. Qatar. In Qatar, many Filipinos work in domestic and construction sectors, where the kafala system, again, plays a significant role in creating a hostile environment. Workers' dependence on their employers for their legal status often leads to exploitation and abuse. Reports of harsh working conditions and limited freedoms are common, highlighting the vulnerabilities faced by Filipinos. The strict cultural norms and legal restrictions in Qatar make it difficult for Filipinos to feel accepted and secure. Despite the economic opportunities, the social and legal challenges create an environment that can be hostile and unwelcoming, making life particularly tough for many Filipinos in Qatar. Country 9. United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates is often seen as a land of opportunity, attracting thousands of Filipino workers, especially in cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Despite the allure of economic prospects, the reality for many Filipinos is far from ideal. Discrimination and exploitation are prevalent, with many workers facing harsh conditions in low-wage jobs. The legal framework in the offers limited protection against abuse, leaving many vulnerable to mistreatment by employers. These issues are exacerbated by the high cost of living, which can make it challenging to save money or send remittances back home. Cultural differences also play a significant role in the difficulties faced by Filipinos in the societal norms and expectations can be rigid, making it hard for Filipinos to integrate and feel accepted. Many report feeling like second-class citizens, with their contributions undervalued and their rights overlooked. This sense of alienation is compounded by the fast-paced, high-pressure environment of cities, where the demand for excellence and efficiency leaves little room for error or adjustment. Social isolation is another major issue, with long working hours and few opportunities to engage in community activities. Many Filipinos find it hard to build a support network. This isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression, making it even harder to cope with the challenges they face. Despite these hardships, many Filipinos persevere, driven by the need to provide for their families and the hope of a better future. Country 10. Lebanon. Lebanon has a significant population of Filipino domestic workers, many of whom endure severe hardships. The country's political instability and economic challenges have created an environment